Blessings be unto you. My name is Mercedes Warrick. Usually I'm on in the morning, and this morning, the first thought of the day, I wanted to sit on it a little bit and just let it percolate. And truthfully, I'm not certain that I have the English in my own words, so I'm going to go into spirit. But I saw something yesterday, and I really want to say something, because we're in a moment in time. We're in this moment where there is a real groundswell of opening hearts. And there's so much going on. What touched my heart yesterday was I saw a person who I greatly admire say some things that were not very kind after doing some really terrific work and organizing. And it's so difficult to say some of these things because we don't want to sound too woo-woo-y. Or I have a good friend, my love, he says otherwisely. Because when we get into that kind of language, it almost gets dismissed. But in this time that is so unique, we have a real opportunity for real transformation. And the spiritual principles do not change because the situation that we're living in is unique. There is a constant. The spiritual laws, regardless of the God of your understanding, love is in your text, I'm sure. You know, light is in your text, catalyzing through spirit is in your text, I'm sure. Life. And so to be calling each other names and setting up an adversarial situation, us versus them, and I'll be clear, the police force versus the community, in this particular case, it was disturbing because when we're walking a spiritual path and we are representing ourselves as walking that spiritual path, then how do we bring ourselves into what spirit has been, what my guidance has been talking of, is how do we bring ourselves into that common ground? And it's through the principle. God doesn't change, God's constant. So I want to give you my first thought of the day, and then I'm going to be quiet for a minute and see what Spirit says, because I've been letting this percolate. If you know anything about me, things go into the percolator. But it says, what came to me this morning was, I see my enemy through my heart. And enemy was in quotation marks. I see my enemy in quotation marks through my heart. They carry the same life force within them that flows within me, and to fight them is to fight myself. Flow love always. If you know anything about me, I have been on a journey for the last 3 years, and I have not used the word fight or survivor because I believe that whatever is within me is what is present to bring a blessing forth. So I don't fight within myself. So life flows, and we they're asking me to just sit quietly because they can feel me. That's why I didn't do this morning, because I didn't want to get in the middle of it, because I really feel passionately about this. We have a real opportunity here to have an awakening of kindness, an awakening of restitution. I'm not saying that the energy is not real, but the underlying, we all have our work to do. We all have our devotion. We all have our place. We all have our gifts. And those who know, then they must walk in the knowing that they have. That is the common ground. That's how this moment becomes different from everything else that has occurred. And I know a little from whence I speak. My mother walked this path. I was a little child. I know a little about, Spirit has said, what comes from the ashes? They've said, what is mine to do? They've said, have compassion for the gifts that someone has, because it may not come forward in the way that you would present it, but it's still their way of contributing. Have tolerance. Have tolerance and compassion and understanding. So it's not right. I'm sorry, that's a judgment, and I'm standing on it, because this is a moment that we have, and we may just have to, I don't want to use that language, but we may have to find it in our hearts to have some trust and understanding so that we can move past. It doesn't mean that we forget the past. It doesn't mean that the energy of what is very real and systemic we're not aware of it, but we walk it differently. We come into these, we come in with the energy of spirit, of God, of life. And so in this phrase, in my first thought this morning, when it says we carry the same life force, and that's the common ground. We carry the same life force. And so when we hit a hard spot, when we hit when we hit, quite frankly, craziness, because my guidance is saying more craziness is on its way. This is not finished. And I'm not meaning just the situation with Mr. Floyd. I mean everything in general, what is happening. We've been through a lot in 30 or 45 days, right? So the idea is to reconnect with that life, that feeling, that heart, that space, that knowing of just the basic essence of who we, you, are, I am is so critical in this moment. And if you're leading people in communities, there was this thing, and I fell into this, so I know this one well. So I thought I was doing all this work, and I'm working with my community and talking with people and everything, and I'm thinking I'm doing my work because I'm meditating when they're meditating. We're doing a lot of work. But if you're leading a community, if you're leading people, you have to sit quietly. You have to do over and above what you are presenting to your people. Because if you don't have your feet on solid ground, I'm going to cry. If you don't have your feet on solid ground, then you get caught up in the emotion. And God doesn't live in the emotion. God does not live in the emotion. Source does not live in the emotion. Source is constant. Source is calm. Source is peace. Source is knowing. Source is wise. So, work your heart, work your motivation, work your gifts, bring them forward. This is the time. But to as I had witnessed yesterday, to trounce on somebody else to make your point, that's not of God or source. We of the Spirit must sit quietly and know that life is God. There's a life force in every situation. My heart beats. I'm not saying beat now. I need you to beat now. My stomach digests. If you need no other evidence of just that, there is life flowing through. There is life flowing through. And when I was on my journey, I would say I live until I live eternally. So there is even life after this body gives out, is my belief. That's my belief. I don't want to impose that on you. So I'm going to read this again. And please, know thyself before you walk into anything. Know yourself. Know your gift. Know the ground that you stand on. Know the foundation on which you are built. Know that your way is not the only way, and your gifts are not the only gift. And if we are to truly move in this time, this unique time, I can't even imagine a pandemic, this societal disruption, this brutality that we've witnessed. We have to just be able to sit back and take a moment and just catch our breath and and what we and the words that we say are so critical. So critical. The breath is life. Breath is life. Breath is life. I see my enemy through my heart, and they carry the same life force within them that flows within me. And to fight them is to fight myself. Flow, love always. Welcome, welcome, welcome. There is a real opportunity for us to see very different hues of frequencies and vibrations within any given situation. And people will be in a refrain of power, power, power. And so, whether it is in a macro situation, iokona, or even in a micro situation, iokona naniekena, understand just that. There is micro, where you can affect real change, iokona, person to person, situation to situation, pathway to pathway, iokona naniekena. And there is the micro, in which, the macro, iokona, in which iokona, you may not be personally involved with the situation, iokona, or the solution, iokona, the congregation, iekena nanioko okona. However, you can hold light, that whatever is before you, whatever is coming forward, whatever the consciousness is, and that's truly what is happening, is the consciousness. The consciousness of basic humanity that says, iokona naniekena. Really what is being said is, this is not love. Iokona naniekena. When you strip everything away, this is not love. This is not humane. This is not iokona, humanity. Okona naniekena nanioko. So that is all. This is very brief today. That is all. Know that the life force, iokona, is the same. It is the same within the trees. It is the same within the blossoms. It is the same within animals. It is the same within humanity. Iokona nanieshkena. So when you come into these situations where it is so Niyoko iekena, adamant and emotional, iokona, breathe. You can breathe. Iokona, what we speak, iokona, is what is. Iokona naniekena. One situation, two situations, three situations, four situations. We all have iokona taken into our heart space. It has affected each person differently. Some will march, some will pray, some will be home cooking, feeding. Some will be taking care of a neighbor, and some will be taking care of self. Iokona naniekena, and this effort to move forward, there is no level of iokona naniekena. There is no level of rightness. Does that make sense? I don't know if that makes sense, but there's no level of rightness. It's just what's right for you in your heart. And the level of the things that come out of your mouth as you speak them, from the heart or from the head, is iokona, the consciousness that you're bringing into any situation. Young people, iokona naniekena, we are smiling, young people. So many young people. It's going to be delightful to watch them grow, taking all that fire and passion and turning it into something really, tangible and good. You think that these things are not possible, iokona? And all frequencies, there's all frequencies. There's all frequencies. We say we rest in the spirit. We rest in the energy. We rest in the knowing. We rest in the being. Iokona. And if one does not know, then sit quietly. Okona naniekena, and breathe. I see my enemy through my heart, and they carry the same life force within them that flows within me, and to fight them is to fight myself. don't have to agree. Oh, no, no, you don't have to embrace them. But when you have the consciousness of life, and the consciousness of life is the underwriting, overriding, interriding force, life. Life does not require man to fuel it. Your heart beats, your digestion happens, your lungs take in air, you see, you hear, you taste, you feel. These are all miracles of living. Wherever you're at, there is a feeling it has. There is a spirit it has. There is a wisdom in every situation. What love is available here? How do we bring forward Iokona? How do we bring forward life in this situation? What is the definition of life in this situation? That's the basic essence. What is the definition of love in this situation? What is the definition of kindness in this situation? What is the definition of compassion in this situation? Now this one's going to be wanting to pull that apart and not fund this and do that and do it. What is the definition of what is basic life? Just basic. The basic, fundamental, quintessential essence of life in this situation. No. So if you're leading a community, you can't meditate with them for an hour and then thinking that you've done your work. It is called upon you to sit somewhere quietly. You get your text, you sit, and you allow the vision to come through your heart into your vision, your inner vision. Remove your head. Life flows. Life is not designed or dictated or you fix it. This is not a fixing. This is a flowing. And then the miracles can happen. The fight, if you're fighting, to fight them is to fight myself. If you are leading a community, young people, there's a young person that motivated this morning. Young people of conviction and heart and morality, you must do your work before you go out. Because when you're in the trenches and when the emotions start flying and you start setting up a this versus them, us versus them, and you move away from that universal life force, that universal oneness, that universal body. Yesterday in the channel, Iokona, we were talking about the body, your body, making sure that you are taking care of your body, and then making sure that you can walk forward to take care of the body of life, the body of humanity, the body of God. It's all one. So what you are putting forward through your language and through your attitude and through your body and through your food, and through your music. There was a presentation one day and the guy was saying, you're beating those drums, you're listening to those drums, you're listening to that music and it's getting you amped up and you're getting ready to go out in the community, and that is what you are taking out there, and you're gearing up to do what? If you are leading a community, this is your time to do your work. The life that you speak into yourself is the life of consciousness that you bring forward into the world. I kind of got in the middle of this one. I did. And there is one more thing. If you are an elder, then what I am doing today is what you must do. Because these are young people who are leading the way. These are young people who have been ignited. These are young people. So the elder, Iokona, the elder must bring forward life. The elder must bring forward the wisdom. Don't embarrass them. Don't call them out. You know? Take them to lunch. Go sit on a park bench. I don't know about the social distancing, but you get what I'm saying. You have to see them eye to eye. Because they're noniekena, and they're going to speak a language that you have no concept of. They're going to speak from a place that you're thinking, oh, I don't know if that's going to be possible. This is going to be. That's why they're being enlivened and awakened, so that we can get new energy in. But right now, if we're not, if noniekena, if we don't, noniekena, they're saying if we don't rise up and do our work, our devotion, then you know, it's a war. It's been a war. It's been a war. People afraid to not knowing, leave their house, not knowing if they're going to come home alive. That's not normal. So there's going to have to be some relief, some trust. How do you trust after all of what has occurred? And all that is coming, you know, Iokona, who to believe, what to believe, it can be a real time of disempowerment, feeling like, what difference can I make, really? What difference can I make, really? Oh, no, this is the difference you can make. You take a young person and you speak quietly in their ear. You be the elder. You tell them, baby, this has been a rough road. All this fire and passion, what's going to happen 3 months from now, 6 months from now? This is education system, the employment system, the police system, the social system, the ecological, everything. We have to take this eruption, Okona, and let it fertilize and till the soil. So the enemy is in quotation marks. When I see my enemy through my heart, what are the demons that we're fighting? Within yourself, within our culture, within society. Because when we take those demons, the enemy, and we see the life and the consciousness that it is bringing, then it will allow us to find some common ground. I am hurting too. It is not, it is a misnomer. We must be clear. They're telling me I need to tell this. So I used to do martial arts. And it was this kind of a spiritual, you know, we'd be sitting there and we'd be doing Tai Chi and all these flowing movements. One day a friend of mine looked at me and she said, do you understand? I was in a situation, I was in a life situation, and I was basically being backed into a corner. And every one of those flowing movements that I was doing, every one of them, you know, come through, and it was all flowing and it was all beautiful. Breathe, bring up, over, and, you know, and push out. And I'm thinking I'm doing all this wonderful flowing stuff, and a friend of mine said, you know, you can't get angry You have to really watch yourself, Mercedes. You can't get angry right now. Any one of those movements could kill. If you put any force behind any one of those movements, you could actually kill somebody. Being spiritual does not mean that you don't defend yourself. If you physically have to be in that space, but however, I will say, because this has happened to me, I was robbed at gunpoint. I can speak on authority. I was robbed at gunpoint. My hands were tied up. It was just a whole made-for-TV situation. That's when my first spiritual awakening came, and I breathed, and the whole situation changed. This is being able to understand your foundation at a different level. And as a leader of a community, as an elder within a community, our young people must understand this. This does not mean woo-woo and kumbaya and not holding strength, holding a spiritual conviction underneath the things that we are bringing forth into the world. Okay? The same life force. And because that same life force is there, I've seen it in my life. You connect life force to life force, heart to heart, light to light. And you've cultivated that within yourself. And then you know. Then they know when they start going into these places, they know the foundation from which they are built on. And the conflict will melt away. A path will be seen. This is an opportunity to see through this, they keep saying not the fifth, the sixth and seventh and eighth senses. It's the young people, they have these gifts. They came in with them. They don't know what to do with them. They don't know what it looks like. So then they look around and we see us versus them, or this versus that, or it's got to be this way or that way, or it's got to be these so many layers and make it all complicated and everything. If you're leading a community, it's time to do your work. And if you're an elder and a wise one, it's time to talk to a young person and let them lead the way. Let them lead. Okay? Well, that went in a different direction from what I was expecting. but we really have an opportunity here. And there's so many different things going on. You have to believe, this theory and that theory and all these other theories, but you have to believe. We have to believe. And we have to put the belief in this moment. We look 400 years ago, we're not going to be successful. We have to use the 400 years to be, look, they survived. Look at, we're here. We're the descendants of people who went through all of those atrocities. That's strength in and of itself. I don't know much history. I have some personal history there, but I don't know much history. I had to go looking. 2016, 4th of July, I had another awakening. So I understand. I got the command to heal our ancestors. Okay? So, we love you. We love you. We love you. We love you very deeply. See the life. What consciousness is before me. Know that I have to do my spiritual work before I can talk to somebody, be with somebody, take time for to lay my spiritual foundation and then bring it forward to one who is young. Embrace them. Let them blossom. Okay? Namaste. May you know the divine intimately. See you soon. Bye-bye.